All right, my first live stream. I can't wait to get started as soon as somebody is watching. I'm going to be talking about the sun and everything great about our nearest star. I've been making a YouTube series about it, and I've dedicated 2 videos already, and I've just really enjoyed researching our nearest star, and I can't wait to share it with all of you. And looks like we have some people there. Hello, Robbie. Hey, Terry. Emma. Oh, look. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay, now I can see you. Confident, well, we'll soon find out, won't we, Laurie? All right, let's talk everything great about the sun. So today, I'm learning about how the energy released from our nearest star affects everything on here on Earth. And for example, if we could capture all the energy released by the sun, let's say we put, I don't know, some sort of net all around it, captured all that energy, well, that energy from a single second of captured sun's energy, that sounded awful, let me try that again. From a single second of capturing all the energy from the sun, that's enough energy to melt an ice bridge 2 miles wide, 1 mile thick in a single second. That's pretty impressive. And let's see, what else did I learn? Well, that energy obviously doesn't all reach us here on Earth because, Earth is 93 million miles away from the sun on average. And that means with the sun releasing energy in all directions, only a small amount reaches Earth. How much? About 2 billionths. That's 1 in 2 billionths, which doesn't sound that impressive, but it's a small amount of energy from a huge amount of energy, and it's enough to power all life, including you and me. There you go. Right, I'm going to read some comments because I've seen loads of them dashing up. Oh, how can I read the comments? Robbie is the cooler Bowman. He knows stuff. Damn right, Laurie. Make sure you tell Ryan that too. It's good to see so many familiar faces. I can see people who, well, I can't see your face, but people who comment on my videos a lot. Give Ryan's number out. It's 666. He's the devil. How am I today? Great. I've wanted to try live streaming for a while. It's a little bit odd, not like getting a response from you other than a few scribbles. Interesting. Well, let me come back to the sun. So I've already told you how a lot of energy every second, and that energy, only a small amount of it reaches the Earth. Well, if we could capture all the energy that just reaches Earth, that's enough to power 1 million years of human activities, just from a single second of capturing all that energy. Well, because we haven't created a solar panel to cover the surface of Earth, because that's just impractical. What was I going to say? We can't yet do that. But what if we did improve our capturing of the sunlight? Because already people like Elon Musk and many other people have created these companies that sell solar panels. And you can now buy tiles for your roof that absorb the light from the sun and turn it into electricity for your home. So even your roof tiles can now do it. There's cars that are powered by solar energy. They're not very popular yet, but a car company like Tesla uses electrical energy, and you can get that electrical energy from solar panels. So technically, if you buy a car like that, you could be running the car's power on fuel from the sun 93 million miles away. Now that's clean energy. That won't pollute the atmosphere. I'm going to take a water break. Hi, Neve McKillen. How is Sammy and Sean? They are good. I haven't spoken to them for about a week, but when I did, I Skyped them and my mum, and they were in great spirits. They've only just got back to school, so they're both bored of school, but really excited because they see all their friends. How can I see all the comments? I can only see them flash up. I will feel so much smarter after it's like, oh, Milena, stop it. If I'm not commenting, I'm too busy listening and learning. That's great, Emma. Multitasking, check you out. All right, let me talk a bit more about the sun. Let's see, where can I take the conversation next? Okay, what about what happens to that energy from the sun once it reaches Earth? Well, about a third of it gets reflected straight back into space. How's that possible? Well, even clouds can reflect sunlight, but places where there's lots of snow or ice, like Antarctica, is really good at reflecting that sunlight back into space. Now, let me tell you why that's keeping us alive. Because if we continue to heat up the atmosphere with carbon emissions from our cars or from factories, then that pollution in the atmosphere, things like carbon dioxide and methane gas, will trap sunlight better than what our atmosphere does already. A bit like the planet Venus. Venus has loads of those gases, so it traps the heat from the sun. And what happens is, with that trapped heat, because it can't escape through the gases in the atmosphere, the temperatures on Earth will get hotter. Then what would happen to places like Antarctica, where all the ice is? Well, obviously, it will melt. Well, as that melts, sea levels rise, and we get problems for all the coastal cities. Imagine that, New York covered in water. Quite hard to live there, I'd imagine. Or places like Florida, which is pretty much flat. So it only needs a small amount of sea level change to go up, and see you later, Florida. And I haven't been to Florida yet. I want to go there before it's submerged. So back to the ice. Well, as it melts, that means there's less ice to reflect the next sunlight coming down on Earth. And what that means is it just keeps making the Earth hotter, because the more ice that melts, the less sunlight gets reflected into space, the more of it gets trapped here, and the temperatures on Earth get hotter and hotter, and eventually we all die. Well, let's hope we're smarter than that. Hopefully we will stop polluting the atmosphere with these toxic gases, and we will use fuel like solar fuel. Because like I said, there's enough reaching us every second to power our civilization for years. All we need to do is just get a little bit smarter with what we do. Eventually we all die. Yeah, well, remembering how fragile life is another way of... let me think. How fragile life is, I guess, just makes it more special, doesn't it? I mean, if you could live forever, you probably wouldn't value what you do each day, and you'd lose motivation. I mean, I know, for me, example, if I didn't have to worry about survival or doing interesting things before I die, I'd probably just sit on this sofa watching TV shows. Alright. It sucks I can't see your comments, because if I'm talking and I see your comments, it's hard to read it. But I'll try. I feel like my life just works around Robbie. Oh, stop it. Robbie can't English. Well, you missed an apostrophe in can't, so to you, Meg. Ah, surprising your teacher. That's cool, Emma. Well, for me, it's not about how many viewers I have on my channel or anything. I just like to share the things that I find interesting. So, like, for example, all these facts about the sun, I was learning them anyway, but sharing it with you just makes it more special, especially when you say such lovely things. Okay, I want to share with you one more thought before I go. This is a thought I had earlier. It's quite hard to explain it, or at least when I tried to make a video about it, I failed massively. So here we go. The sun is releasing energy in all directions. And there's light and there's heat coming off of it. But the sun isn't a stationary object. It's moving around the center of the Milky Way galaxy. So it's leaving a trail of sunlight behind. And then Earth, orbiting around the sun, is following the sun through that trail. And in that sort of sun shadow, or I can't find the right words, but all of those particles that were released from the sun, Earth meets them as it travels through the universe. And as it meets them, it receives all these particles that then power all the life here on Earth. I just find that fascinating. It's a really cool thought. Anyway, that's me for now. I'm going to do a lot more of these live streams because I just like the sound of my own voice, I guess. No, kidding. I like to share the things I'm learning. So I will see you again soon. I just want to read a few comments. You guys. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to release a video in about an hour. So I guess I'll see you in the comment section then. Have a great day.